So, hello, croeso, shwmai, and welcome to our METALIDADS podcast, The Fathers of Metal, with myself, Dadi Huw. I'm very excited to welcome today's special guest, and so I'm happy to introduce to you Andre Alves from the exciting post-hardcore outfit, SETYØURSAILS. So, good evening. Boa noite. How are you, Andre? Wie geht's? So, that's German, of course, you're Portuguese, so I should say, how are you in Portuguese?
Como estás?
Como estás? Of course it is.
Yeah, I'm fine. So really awesome. Actually, for 1 hour we're Drew's here, so our singer, and we are writing some new stuff. So I was still working some demos and stuff. So
you don't hang around at all. That sort of brings me to my my first point, really. So first, thank you very much for speaking to us today. The day before a very big event, which happens in the SETYÖURSAILS calendar, or the SETYÖURSAILS camp. So please remind us what's taking place tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the release of our record. Finally, after 1.5 years, I guess, is out. So yesterday was our third single. So Nightfall was out. So we are receiving some really good feedback. And one day, tomorrow will be the whole record out. So
so remind us, what are the names of the 3 singles you have out so far?
So the first one was Ghosts in November, I guess, if I'm not wrong. And afterwards Mirror in December, and now is Nightfall, as actually the title from our record. So Nightfall.
So you said you've had really good feedback. So overall, the more I listen to it, the more I dig it and your sound.
Thank you.
I have to, no, my pleasure. I have to say, I really like the how you introduce the album. I think it's quite, I don't say it's common, but it's very frequent that bands start with a really ambient, slow build-up before the first killer riff comes into a metal song. But I really like, again, so the first single you said you released, Ghosts, that's obviously your first track on the album, and it's got loads of melody, loads of energy, and as an opening track, I think it's fantastic. Was there a reason why you started with that song on the album?
Yes, first of all, because this song was made with the intro, so you can, when the record is out, even in the Spotify, you see we have like 30 seconds of the intro, so it's perfect for beginning the record. And then this song actually shows really well what you can expect on our record. So we have like this heavy stuff, the melodic stuff, like this atmospheric stuff, everything is there. So it was a good choice for the first single, I guess.
No, I definitely agree. I'm, as a person who I write music as well. I like all music. I'm a big fan of big choruses, so that's one thing this album really packs.
Yeah, that's like the biggest point in these songs, I guess. They all have like really big chorus, like big stuff, melodies. I guess it's one of our strengths, actually, doing that.
Definitely, man, and that's what you should keep on doing, is just playing to your strengths. But your strengths also rely in your riffage, your songwriting as well. You're obviously the guitarist for SETYÖURSAILS, and again, just listening to the album a few times, the first highlight for me from listening to the album, as well as the opening track, Ghosts, is the breakdown which happens in Secrets, your song Secrets. It's really, really tasty, and it's sort of
one of my favorites.
Catches you by surprise.
Yeah, that's exactly that. So when we write, sometimes we really sometimes are looking really for that small changes that can affect the song in a way that you are not expecting, and that's so we were trying to bring some movement in the song. So as me especially, I like to bring some energy all the time. So the songs need to really bring some kind of energy between the emotions. So if it's not happening, though, I'm not really happy with the songs. And Secrets is a really good example on that. So it's really, you are not really expected when there's breakdown.
No, I'm thanks for the explanation about that. Again, that's one of my favorite songs from the album. Now, I'm really interested in regards to lyrics. Now, is there one chief lyric writer in the band, or do you all sort of contribute?
No, about like instrumentals or songwriting, we work. So we start writing some melodies or riffs or arrangements or even demos, with no text, and when we think that, okay, we have maybe a structure here and we have some cool stuff, then comes Jules and she writes all lyrics. So she's the lyric master.
Oh, the lyric master, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's excellent. I could do some lessons on writing lyrics. Again, I was really drawn to the lyrics. They're very deep.
Yes,
I've got the lyrics for Why in front of me now, so I'll just give you an example. So they tell me to get over it, that this pain isn't real. I wish for one day they could feel what I feel. I'm a coward and I'm disgusted by myself. Why can't you see all I need is some help? Oh, that's really, really deep.
I know. I know. I can tell some funny story, because that's happened a lot. So we write a song to Jules, or sometimes I write a song and then I send to Jules, and she sent me the songs after 1 week, so with a text, and I have the same reaction when I start to listen and to see what she's writing about, and your hair starts to growing up, because it's really so deep and emotional, because she really writes what she's feeling, and she was having some troubles on the record, so she was really have some mental health problem and panic and stuff like that, and was really like a therapy to us. So exactly that sentence that you say is, yeah, you can really feel that pain. You can feel that, yeah, personal, yeah, fight against these problems that she has.
That's amazing. Thanks for giving me the angle from the band's angle, again, from the writing process of why the lyrics are like that. So I really enjoyed reading the first sentence in your biography from Napalm Records, and it says this: so young, enraged, and wielding steadfast statements against racism, sexism, and homophobia. SETYÖURSAILS do not mince words in the least. So has the news and current affairs, I suppose, in the past couple of years been a driving force to the description of you being young, enraged, etc., etc., or were you young, enraged before your debut album in 2018?
I guess this was already from the first record, so there was really a strong point from us, like going against all this stuff. This was already in the first record. Young, I would say not, because I'm old. I'm 32.
Oh, come on.
So, but yeah, so I guess that's because that's really the first record that we are really proud, and really working with a major label, so we're really label and promoting really well and all that stuff. That's the first time, and I really don't like to concentrate too much in descriptions, what people say about us, so I really don't pay too much attention to that, and I really don't let me that to bring me some kind of awesome or whatever. So I'll try to, so yeah, you can say, because we say what we think and what we feel, and we are not afraid, and actually we're not afraid of going forward and conquer the world if we need it. So in some way, yeah, you can say that on that small sentence.
Cool, man. No, thank you very much for that. So how much does where you grew up and the environment of all of you, I suppose, affect the music you make? Maybe yourself specifically. So you said you were from Portugal originally. Does your upbringing have a lot of inspiration and effect on how you write your music?
I will say yes and no, I guess, because I was bassist actually in Portugal, so I played bassist in bands, so I didn't have so much to do with songwriting. So this bassist, you were just there. And
hey, I'm a bass player. I know your pain. It's fine.
Yeah, that's difficult, and that's why I started writing actually, because it was difficult to express or to show guitarists or whatever what I mean on the bass, because they didn't understand it. I have the whole picture in mind, but they didn't understand. So I started to play guitar in 2014, I guess, for 7 years or whatever. I started to play guitar in 2016, actually. So in the time where I started SETYÖURSAILS, I started to play guitar there. And that was an easy way for me to writing songs, so to show what I want to do. And actually, I think I have a really base songwriting movement, I will say. I'm always thinking about the groove before I bass it. You know that I always need like a drum beat, always need this kind of thing that make me, this vibe that make me flow, that make me want to play something. And that's the way. So, and I think so be in this group, so with Jules, with the other guys, they bring me some new influence, metalcore stuff. I was not really a big metalcore fan until then. And I started to listen to all this stuff with them, and I'm actually that bring me some new ideas and, you know, perspective. So that changed me in the way that I'm writing better now. I will say.
Thank you very much for that. Of course, you know, a band or a song needs to have the rhythm first, so that's why it's important to have drums, really tight drums, really tight bass. So it's quite interesting, even though you're the guitarist now, you say you've got the groove brain, I suppose, from your bass playing days. So that's I can kind of hear that on the record, how groove is really, really important to you as opposed to melody. And I suppose for you guys as well, you obviously have one of each instrument as opposed to two guitarists. So you have to work, I suppose, harder as that one guitarist to balance the groove and the melody and the chords, of course.
Yeah, sometimes I bring some melodies, but normally melodies are more like Jules. I'm more like I would say normally like intros, verses, or riffs and stuff like that come from me. Of course, so for example, Why was a Jules song, so she write all the riffs, so she can do it too. But she's like the melody master, and I'm more the aggressive master, because I like more metal stuff, and she's like more in the pop and metalcore, hardcore stuff. So it really blend well, I will say. So you can really see on the record the songs we both write together are the singles, so of the singles. So there is not a song there like I write it, so that's the way because that's always better when we both write. Because if I write alone, it will be really, everything will be aggressive and boring. So, yeah.
Again, there's a time and place.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I think really I'm still thinking as a bass player. So I play baritones guitar, so they like bass. So the strings are really big. That's why we have this big sound on guitar and fuzzy. I have big hands. I need some bass.
Yeah, let me see your hands again. You and me have got bass hands. Yeah, big long fingers.
Yeah. big. So yeah, so
that's amazing. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's really interesting. So as I mentioned to you just before we started the interview, so we METALIDADS, we're actually not your average heavy metal media platform. So we're actually, again, a network of fathers who listen to rock and metal music. We're mainly based in South Wales, near the city of Cardiff, and mainly the town of Barry, where I currently live. But we've got members all over the United Kingdom and even in Sydney and Johannesburg. So as well as being bonded by our love for metal, we also cover the topics of fatherhood and mental health. So I know you mentioned a bit about Julia earlier about the therapy of writing music, etc., and how that's important to get you through very much these tough times, like currently, so in the pandemic. So on that topic of mental health, normally metal journalists will ask, "Hey, how are you?" There's a bit of a warm-up question at the beginning, but for us METALIDADS, it's an integral question. It relates to why we exist, really. So in that spirit, Andre, be as detailed or as vague as you want, but how are things with you? Are you coping with all these things going on in your life currently?
It's I don't have any problem to talk about stuff. So I guess one of the reasons why our music is so deep and so strange or so intensive, I guess, is Jules, like I said, that was a therapy to me too. So I write songs for therapy. So I like music since I was 16, and for me, music is like my safe zone, like therapy. So because like since I'm 16, I have depression too. So it's not a big thing. So I spent years fighting it. I have up and downs with some problems and stuff like that. And since 2 years, I started learning how to really deal with doing sports and really to accept some stuff and try to balance. So I'm actually going to say I'm really good right now. So that's really important to have a balance with your health and mind, actually. And to me, songwriting and SETYØURSAILS is that balance. So that bring me that. So like make me enjoy life and make me enjoy to be there and to do stuff. That's why I think our music is really important. And I hope that will help people when they listen to feel all this emotion and to put this emotion out, that they have some kind of therapy for themselves. Because I'm pretty sure you will find some songs there or some bad days that maybe you have. And if you listen to one of our songs, you will feel that, oh, there's somebody that feels the same and understand, and maybe you can find a way out. And next day you are stronger and just go. So that's what I'll say. I'm really fine. So I'm with Corona was really easy to me. It was okay to me to deal with myself and to train to do with myself. So yeah, I'm good.
Cool, man. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. You mentioned depression. That's a tough topic in itself. Yeah. We're very open to discussing it. I was diagnosed with it a couple of years. Well, yeah, summer 2020, and it's mainly why METALIDADS exist, because a handful of us wanted to give each other support, and there's that famous hashtag, "It's okay not to be okay," and that's very much the message.
It's easy, it's easy to do hashtags, but talking about the problem themselves and to support themselves, that's the difficult stuff. So that's difficult to deal with a person with these problems. That's the way it is. So you need to be patient, and but like I said, Jules, I know Jules, you know myself, so we babysit each other.
Good. Well, so you support each other. It's you're not just a band, but you're a family as well. You're tight unit. You're going through these big important life achievements together as well. You share your good sides and the good moments and the bad as well. So it's almost like a marriage. When one's weak, the other one picks them up, and the other way around.
Exactly. So the band is strong with everybody strong. So there's no reason to not help the others when they are not right or not feeling right.
Cool, man. That's really excellent to hear. So you mentioned, of course, songwriting is, and just riff writing and songwriting is a therapy for you. It keeps you ticking along. Is there anything else you do in your daily your life, if it's a routine, to keep yourself happy and healthy?
I try to do sports sometimes. That's really important. Actually, I find that really important. I try to focus on what I eat, actually. Because I think that's really important you need to, if you have depression, even anxiety and panic and all that stuff, you need really to be always in a good balance. Mm-hmm. If your body is not feeling well, so your mental health will go down. And if your mind is not good, your body will go down. So you really need to find a really fine balance. And that's a difficult job. But until now, I'm doing well. So yeah. It's working.
Cool, man. No, that's really, really good to hear. And thank you very much for your honesty. I know this is not normally a topic which is asked in an interview, I suppose, in your scenario. But again, thank you very much for your honesty. But going back to the metal side of things, you, of course, have many special guests on your record, including Andreas Donner of Caliban. Now, Caliban were the first heavy band I ever saw live. It was back in the year 2004.
Awesome.
Supporting Machine Head in Cardiff Students' Union, and I was blown away. If I remember rightly, I think they opened with the song "The Beloved and the Hatred," which is still my favorite song by them. So how did you?
I would say they have a new song to lay out. So
excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
To be honest, I haven't. I've gone off the radar with them for quite a while. Again, this like metalcore, post-hardcore is a genre I'm quite ill-informed on, to be honest. When I was in my late teens, it was very much in its stronger years, I suppose, between 2003, 2004, 2005 is sort of really kicking off with the new wave of American metal with Killswitch Engage, etc. The way so I need to get back into Caliban. But I was just curious, how did you guys as a band decide on the collaborations? Because track 1, track 2, and track 14, the last track, you have special guests like Andreas from Caliban. So how did you get about getting those 3 artists with you?
Yeah, with Caliban, we actually in the songwriting process. We write 2 songs with Mark from Caliban, the guitarist. So we already just start having some connection with the band, and our manager knows the band too. And I guess when the album was done, comes Corona. So we have a bunch of time. We didn't know what to do. We need to wait. So I decided maybe we put some feature here that will be awesome. And we thought that people who could do it. So and it's okay because we recorded this record on the studio from the guitarist from Hennis. Okay, he's our producer. So we said, so yeah, I guess the band there are 2 singers. I guess not. The band has 2 singers, and one is screams. So really, and we just ask him if he wants to do a feature. So we decided will be Ghost, will be cool to work with him. So we send out the song, and you say, oh, that's right, I want to do it. And with Handy, it was like really a fast connection. I don't know why, but it really simply worked really well. And we just ask him if he wants to collaborate with us. And we send him Nightfall to him. And he say immediately, I love the song and I will do it. And after 2 months, he sent us the final mastering with his vocals, and it was really awesome.
Cool, man.
So
no,
really
it is awesome.
So it really fits so well. The Jules voice and him voice is such aggressive song there, and making the video with him was really, really awesome. So he's a really nice guy. So yeah, like I say, we really love them a lot. And with Mike, I guess Jules is a big fan of the band, and she asked him and sent him the song again, and he listened and said, I loved the song, and it would be a pleasure to do. It was really awesome to us. We're like, oh, awesome. So yeah, that's how the 3 features come out, actually. Just asking and hoping that somebody say yes, and they say all yes. So that's cool.
If you don't say it, if you don't try, you don't win. That's why I've never won a lottery. I've never bought a ticket. Maybe that's why.
I don't try it. So
I really enjoyed hearing your really interesting cover arrangement as the last song on the album. And now don't tell anybody, but I'm a very big Lady Gaga fan. I'm probably going to lose a lot of fans. A lot of fans and credibility, but I stand strongly by it. I'm a massive fan of Lady Gaga. So I was really impressed to hear you guys cover the song Shallow from A Star Is Born. You really make it your own. Now, I'm curious, who did someone say we have to do this song, otherwise I'm leaving the band, or how did you come up with that as a choice?
That's a fun. That's actually was our manager. I guess he called Jules one day and say, "Oh, I was listening to the radio and come this song, Cello, and I think it will be awesome if you guys cover it." And we just like, "Okay, let them." And I guess Jules listened to the song and listened to the song and said, "Yeah, why not? Let's try it." And we start to talk with our producer, one of our producers, Julian, and Jules and him start to do arrangements and all that stuff and some versions, and we decide what the version that we like more, and then end up like a really, really cool cover.
Cool, man. Again, Lady Gaga herself has said she's a big metal fan anyway. She's obviously been seen with Metallica doing material from their latest album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. So she's quite metal anyway, so I think you could probably metal up quite a lot of things she appears on.
Yeah, so that's why I hope people like it.
No, honestly, it works really well. I'm a really big fan of it. I'm just curious, again, I've personally done quite a lot of metal listening over the past 1.5 to 2 years, because I've had a bit more time to do so. And there's been quite a few bands I've really become almost borderline musically obsessed with. But what about yourself? As a metal fan yourself, what did you enjoy listening to generally?
I actually listened the last months, maybe a lot of trap and stuff like that. I'm receiving another call. God. So I guess I need to be fast. We have some 1,000, so really a lot of interviews to
yeah, of course.
So I will ask fast. So
Okay,
I
no
mentioned
problem.
listen a lot of so rap stuff and electro music. So nothing with metal stuff. So we need to change sometimes.
Variation is good. I'm the same. I'm a big fan of musical theatre. So sometimes we listen to Rent, or because I've got children, Moana, or Sing, or Frozen. So yeah. So you know, I don't know if you use Spotify, but Spotify about a month ago, they did this thing where it gives you an annual review of the music you've been listening to most over the past year. So mine was all German thrash metal and Frozen and Moana. That was all mine. So Destruction, Sodom, Creator, and the chick that sings Frozen, Idina Menzel. So it's quite an interesting mix of music.
Awesome.
But anyway, just to finally wrap up, I'm just curious. So how? So of course, you're Andre, the guitarist of SETYØURSAILS. Your album is out tomorrow. Nightfall is out tomorrow, the 21st of January, 2022. Finally, how can our listeners check out your music and follow the band?
YouTube, Spotify, and all that stuff. You just can go to a store and just buy it. But yeah, just give a try. Just go to the YouTube and see the three videos, and maybe you enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, then go to Spotify or Amazon or wherever, then you find it as there. And I hope the people like it. That's the way it is, I guess.
Well, I really like it, and I'm sure all our METALIDADS listeners will as well. So as we always say, Andre, whether it's if it's whammy bars or weaning, napalm death or metal, it's always good to talk. So thank you very much for talking to us, METALIDADS, today. And yeah, I really wish you all the best on the release of the album tomorrow. Yeah, no worries. Look after yourself, and we'll catch you. I'm sure I'll catch you another time. Okay. Thanks all the best, my friend. Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure. Ciao.
Ciao.